book of Revelations has 404 verses. Add the number of people at the Last Supper, minus the number of Filipinos in the Bible, and you get
3,100,000.
3:15 p.m., May 18th. The world will end next week! Spend your children's college fund! Thaw that turkey now! It's the end of the world! God loves you! He's gonna kill you!
Now, when I read The Late Great Planet Earth, I was about 12 or so. And for years, I just accepted the concept of the rapture as gospel. But is it really? And whether it is or not, what difference does it really make? Does it mean that you're going to go to hell if you don't believe in it? I've seen so many people get so hateful and riled up and everything over the topic. I mean, does it mean that you're going to go to hell if you believe in it or if you don't believe in it? Seriously. Anyway, I started to delve into the whole dispensational question in earnest a while back, and I discovered that there were some very real earthly politics behind it. And I did a video going into detail on that a while back called Christian Zionism is a PSYOP. I'm not going to get into it in too much detail, but I'm going to basically show you what I'm talking about. So here goes. The concept of the rapture is considered by some scholars to be a relatively recent development in Christian theology. It was first popularized in the early 19th century by John Nelson Darby, a British preacher and founder of the Plymouth Brethren movement. So here's what happened. The British Crown wanted to establish a foothold in Asia for the purpose of opening trade and establishing a ready-made ally that could be counted on in the region. So they got this creepy preacher named John Nelson Darby, in essence, to create dispensationalism. He lived in this creepy old castle in Ireland, which today is called the most haunted castle in Ireland. Gosh, murders, over hundreds of years, there were so many murders committed in that castle. His daughter did all these heavy-duty occult rituals there, and one of his parishioners was none other than Aleister Crowley himself. So the idea of the pre-tribulation rapture and dispensationalism and the Third Temple, that all got started with Darby, and they got this guy named Cyrus Scofield, who was a con man. And with the backing of some heavy-duty Jewish money, he promoted dispensationalism in the United States. It took off, and now we have Christian Zionism firmly entrenched.
Okay, guys, get ready. We're just seconds away.
Oh, there's gonna be time.
6, 5, 4,
I'm so proud of you, homie.
2, 1.
Goodbye, stupid Earth! Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Ha ha! Life goes on.
Hey, Nostra, dumbass. Did the rapture come? I can't recall. Oh, in fact, I can recall, and it didn't, and you suck.
Hey, Fatwad, here's another thing you didn't predict.
Hey, there's that jerk who tried to save us.
Nice rapture, Einstein.
But my prediction says...
You couldn't predict 6 o'clock at 5:30.
The notion of a secret rapture where believers are suddenly and unexpectedly taken up to heaven is not explicitly supported by biblical text. The primary passage used to support the idea of the rapture, 1 Thessalonians 4:17, does not mention the event being secretive or hidden. In fact, other biblical passages such as Matthew 24:27 and Revelation 1:7 describe Jesus' return as a visible public event. There are several other arguments against the concept of the rapture. One such argument is that the idea of a pre-tribulation rapture, where believers are taken up to heaven before the period of global tribulation, is not supported by the majority of biblical scholars. Instead, many theologians argue for a post-tribulation rapture, where believers endure the tribulation and are taken up to heaven at the end of it. Post-tribulationists believe that the rapture marks the end of the church age, and therefore it must occur at the end of the tribulation. They argue that if the church is to be raptured, it would be at the end of the tribulation and not before it. Now, a good tree doesn't bear bad fruit, and a bad tree doesn't bear good. So if you want to look and judge the veracity of anything, more often than not, just look at the result. So let's do that, shall we? The concept of the rapture can lead to a sense of complacency among believers, as they may focus more on escaping the world's problems rather than actively working to address them. I suspect that the whole thing was created as sort of some kind of a psyop to keep people on the couch and to prevent them from getting involved to fight evil. Also, Christians would be more likely to support the Jews' desire to build a third temple if they think they won't have to suffer through the hardships that would ensue. And they would ensue. It's kind of like sending somebody else's kids off to fight a war while you stayed home. Didn't have to participate. Same principle. So anyway, I hope this makes you think.
3, 2, 1. Woohoo! I was right! And there's the Earth, so beautiful with your many rings.
Okay, let's see. Earth is channel 23, I think.